you. up on the screen. Hey, and hey. Hey, man, it's Thursday night, ATL Flag Football Podcast, and we are back in the building. As I said earlier, man, last week and earlier today, we're on YouTube, so check it out on YouTube. The link is there on my page, it's on James' page, it's on the Real Talk page. Just click that link, you know what I mean? And this is going to allow us to do more things with the podcast. It's going to allow us to put more videos up. We're going, because people are doing some great videos, you know what I mean? And we'll better have a whole little history on there, man, that we can chop up. So everybody go ahead and log into the YouTube page. And you'd always, subscribe to the page, so you make sure you get that link sent right to you, so y'all know we're going live every week. And to make things so much more efficient, man. We try to make it more efficient for everybody. So there it is. What's up, James? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Angelo? I'm doing good today. Long, busy week, but I'm here.
I feel you on that one, man. I understand long, busy week, boy, because it's the most I've seen of basketball the last 30 minutes. I ain't seen no basketball today. I ain't seen none. That's how it's been non-stop, man. But it's all good. We back in the building, man. A lot of stuff to talk about in the flag football world, man. Week 2 went down. But first, as you know, we always chop it up off the field. So, last Friday, the judge made his decision on his... I've been calling her Fanny, but I understand it's Fonny. Is that correct?
It's Fonny.
It's Fonny, right?
Fonny.
Pronounce the woman's name correctly, Angelo. Fonny Willis case was kind of... decision was made. As you all know, they were trying to disqualify her and the entire team from the case against 45. And really was just more of a stall tactic. And to get it out of this jurisdiction. That's really the main goal, is to get it out so they can go into one of them Trump jurisdictions. But the judge made a decision. Correct me if I'm wrong. But no, you... Tell what the decision was, because you had the four. I know they had to drop one. What was the whole detail?
So it was either, relinquish jurisdiction, like you said, her and the whole staff come off the case, and they can find somebody else to prosecute, or she had to remove Mr. Wade from the prosecution team and continue without him. I haven't heard what she decided, but I'm assuming.
Oh, no, Wade stepped down the very next day.
Oh, he did step down.
He stepped down.
Okay, so.
Yeah, it's over with.
That made that very simple and easy.
Yeah.
So Trump's still going to see Fonny. And I know, of course, that was the whole goal, is they did not want to see her. And I think bringing her to the stand and putting her on trial, trying to put her on trial, showed just how much they didn't want to see her.
100%.
Because I've never seen a witness go that hard against the prosecution before in any case. So I'm happy with the decision.
Right.
Because I don't think that, like she said in one of her testimonies, it wasn't about her. It was about them trying to steal the election in 2022. And you mentioned this was just in a distraction, trying to, I'm glad the judge did not fall for that.
Right. Yeah, I would have been surprised if he did anything different, but in these times you never can really, you never can tell, but they definitely want to get it out of this jurisdiction. There's so many other places they know they could try it at, man. But and then the district attorney in New York is going after him about, because he got that lawsuit.
They won that lawsuit.
Yeah, but he's trying to get away from paying, and so she said he has a deadline to pay the money. If not, they want to go into his assets. So he's trying to fight that off. Which they're gonna probably drag that out as well. But I don't know, man. This guy's different.
But he made a comment the other day and said something to the, I don't remember the exact quote, but something to the effect that if he didn't win the election, it was going to be a bloodbath. Yes. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. to think that, again, you would elect someone that says something like that into office after having seen what he did at the Capitol. Because, I mean, it was all him at the Capitol. No, you know, he arranged that. He set it all up, and they sat down in that tent and watched it all unfold. So I just hope people don't give in.
Well, not give in and not take this lightly, you know, because I've heard several interviews since he's made those statements where a lot of other people have been saying, you know, that's what they're preparing for. They're preparing for a bloodbath. And they're saying if he don't win, they're ready to go. I mean, these folks, man, it's like a literal cult, bruh.
Oh,
and they're dead, and they are dead serious. These folks are willing to die for this man, and this man don't care nothing about them
at all.
And they're willing to die for this dude, man. It's amazing to me. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's all I can say.
Can you see? I don't see any comments. Do you see comments? Can somebody make a comment just so we can know that we can see them or that they'll come up on the new platform? Just chime in with your thoughts on the Trump situation.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because we should be able to see it. Let me see if I go straight to the yeah, you go straight to the YouTube app, you can see it.
You got to be actually on YouTube, not in this.
And the Facebook lets you see the video, but the YouTube app. No, see, I'm on the YouTube app. So you got the chat down there.
Okay. No, I see top chats, but I don't see anything.
See if you see my test.
I see test.
All right. Then it's set up there.
I see your post test.
You're right.
Did other people comment?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. That's what I was making sure. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, man. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's dangerous, but I definitely think people need to take it serious. You know that this guy is dangerous, man. This guy is dangerous, and we better take this thing serious. So you know, again, vote locally, think globally. Vote locally, think globally.
And that's it. This isn't the time to not. I remember Michelle said it in the other election. This isn't the time to withhold your votes.
Right.
This is not the time to sit around and say, I'm not gonna
ignore it. Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna I don't care who wins, or it never makes a difference.
Right.
It does make a difference.
It does.
It makes a big difference. And,
what's up, Ronnie?
But you was just saying vote locally, vote locally. People forget about that, how important the local vote is. Because once he gets in power as the president, even though it is the most powerful position in the world, he's still restricted without the support of the local vote. And so if you let your cities turn, all Republican to support him, that he can push any agenda he wants. Because we've already seen that just because he does something wrong, they don't care. They're still going to support what he says just
regardless,
because they're Republicans.
That's right.
And so we have to make sure that.
Yeah, I believe that.
So we got to make sure that we take a stand.
Yeah, man. It's like what you just said is so important, because when you talk to people who say they don't vote, and you don't believe your vote counts in the presidential election. You hear all the rumors. Oh, but what about your city council? What about your school board? What about the mayor? You know what I mean? What about the senator? What about, you don't think those count either? You know what I'm saying? It's like, at least, if nothing else, vote for your local elections. If you do nothing else, just vote for your local stuff. You know what I mean? And know who they are. You can't complain about the school system if you don't ever vote and don't know who's on the school boards. you have no idea who's you don't know who's on your city council, but yet you got to know who these people are, man, and make sure you did some make some effort to go out there and do it one way or the other. I mean, we got one from the flag football world. Debo, won his second term. I don't know if you know Debo. Do you know Debo? Mm-mm. Yeah, he was a center for Young Crew for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's was it is Austell? Austell. Yeah, he's on the city council in Austell. So
yeah, those things are important. I remember when the COVID first hit, and Gwinnett, my sister was a teacher in Gwinnett at the time, and the superintendent was like, he not stopping nothing, he not changing anything different. The teachers had better come in. They weren't allowed to shield themselves. They weren't allowed to put up anything to divide them from the classroom. And he even would tell the teachers, they had parents that had formed a pact to not tell if their child had COVID, but to send them to school anyway just to prove a point that nothing would happen.
Really?
Teachers, my sister had at least 6 or 7 coworkers that died from COVID. And they would not disclose it. They would keep telling them to keep it a secret. And then they were coming around exposing people, and people were dying because of certain issues and things of that nature. And my sister was basically a couple of days away from resigning because of the situation. But these were all his people in place trying to prove a point. And the point that they proved is they just don't care about you. They want to push their agenda, and we have to recognize that.
We have to recognize that. No doubt. Woo, boy, it's scary, man. It's scary, but those people, man. I was watching before we go right to flag about that, but I was watching a episode of Jimmy Kimmel the other day, right? And so Jimmy Kimmel was out. They having the reporters out in the streets, and so the reporter was going to, those supporters, and was asking them a bunch of questions. But he was asking the questions directly. Go ahead.
Dwayne, I got a couple of people saying it won't let them join the YouTube.
Through that link?
Yeah.
YouTube don't deny you do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you got to open the app to comment, Billy. Yeah, that's what we just learned that a minute ago, too. But, I know it's something different. People don't like to do different things, but this is going to help. We're trying to build the podcast. This is going to help us be able to do more things with it. So just get everybody going there and go to YouTube. Everybody has YouTube anyway, don't they?
I hope so.
Yeah, YouTube is a regular thing on your phones.
What up, Ronnie?
But yeah, so Jimmy Kimmel was out in the streets, and he was asking people a bunch of questions, right? And he was asking them, what do you think about when Biden said this, and this? And what do you think about Biden's decision on this, and this? Just asking random questions. And they dog Biden. See, that's why he's this, and he don't run the presidency anyway. Obama's still running the country. And, they were just going off. And after every question, he come back and say, "Oh man, I made a mistake. That wasn't Biden that said that was Trump." And they were like, "Oh, well, if he said it, then they went and justified."
Yeah.
Everything they just dogged
out. I didn't see it, but I guarantee you he probably misled them intentionally.
Oh, it was intentional.
I see a lot of stuff when he do that. And it just be crazy just how dumb and ignorant some people are.
Hey, man, they went and everything they just dogged out, they flipped it. Just that quick. So, anyway, it's amazing.
He's a threat. He is a domestic terror.
Yeah. And, he put all those Supreme Court justices in place for this moment. You know what I mean? Because they were trying to block him from getting on a lot of ballots. But, but he put all those Supreme Court justices for this moment because they're going back and reversing all these decisions because it went to the Supreme Court. And so, yeah. Anyway.
It's getting scary.
No doubt about it. Boy, Kentucky about to get upset, ain't they? That's going to be a bracket buster. That's going to be a bracket buster. So anyway, 5 Star Sports. week 2.
Well, before we get into that,
Okay, go ahead.
Two things that I want to bring up. You
Go
know,
for it.
I'm a bargain shopper. I love to find deals or whatever. So for people that like to go to the movies or families that like to take their kids to the movies, AMC has a special going on right now. It's 99 cents to join their A-list membership for the first month.
Okay.
What that means is you pay 99 cents, you become a member. You can see 3 movies a week for a month. So you can see a total of 12 movies for 99 cents.
Really?
And then after that, it'll go to $20 a month. But still, you get to see 12 movies for a month.
Wow.
So a long time ago, I stopped paying for, whenever I would go to the movie, I just joined the membership because I normally get 12 movies, and that's extremely worth it for $20. But right now, it's 99 cents after tax. It come up to $1.08. So I just joined today. I'm going to see my first movie tomorrow.
It's AMC.
AMC A-list. A-Stubs A-list.
Wow.
So
That's really a good deal.
that's an extremely good deal. Seeing a movie for a penny.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you got a family of 4, all you got to do is sign all 4 of y'all up. Or family of 6. Everybody sign up with an email. And then you pay that $1, and then y'all can go see at least 12 movies.
Wow.
So that's extremely cheap. And you know, listen, what I do is I have one of my cards is Capital One. Yay. They let you create virtual cards. So you can just go online and create a virtual card. So I sign up with any trial with my virtual card. And then as soon as I sign with the trial, I delete the card. So that way I don't have to forget to go back and cancel it, and they can't come back and charge me. So that's one of the deals that I wanted to let people know about. And the second one, I posted it the other day. Laundry detergent is something that we always need. Big Lots had a sale on 102-ounce bottles of detergent for $7.60. Well, I guess Kroger wanted to not be outdone. Now they have 102-ounce bottles on sale for $5. And they, you know, so I bought 5 when I went to Big Lots. Yeah, I just went and got 10 from Kroger, because one thing about it, laundry detergent is never gonna get old. It's not gonna expire, and you're always gonna need it. So why not stock up? So those are just 2 little savings deals.
Those are 2 good savings deals.
Really good. And I just figured, you know, I start sharing some of that stuff when I come up here on Thursday.
That's dope.
So
That's good stuff, man.
yeah.
I gotta remember that. AMC. I don't go to the movies a whole lot, but shoot, for $1.
You get exactly.
Why? Hey, listen, why not? Yeah. Okay, good deal.
So week 2, yeah. So
Before you do your week 2, though, talk about the shoe drive real quick, man. Make sure you put that
I
out.
was gonna bring that up.
Okay. You want to do that then?
We can do it now.
Okay.
So we've been doing a shoe drive for the past couple of weeks. This Sunday will be the last Sunday that we do the drive. The shoes, we raise the shoes, and then we donate them to McNair. And then McNair has a way that they can turn that into a donation for the school. And so I just felt, you know, since, you know, we're able to use their facilities, I wanted everybody to be able to, if you can, have the opportunity to help them out. So, you know, please don't bring us no raggedy, worn out shoes that's talking back every time you walk. But if you got some shoes that you've outgrown, your children have outgrown, you just don't wear anymore, please consider bringing them up this Sunday. If you bring them to McNair, you can give them to Ed, and he'll make sure that I get them. And if you bring them to Carver, I'll be at Carver. I'll have a black tub at the field for you to turn them in. So shout out to John Victor. He was the first one to bring us some bag of shoes. I appreciate that. And Georgia Elite also had some as well. So anybody else, just go through your closet. If you got some shoes, just make sure you bring them up for us.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, we are 5-Star Youth Alliance. We're having our annual Easter egg hunt on the 30th. So if anybody would like to donate to that, feel free to bring us some empty plastic Easter eggs or bags of candy to fill the eggs.
When is Easter?
Easter is the 31st.
Oh, okay.
So the Sunday after next. So if you'd like to donate to that, please, I appreciate that as well. You can bring that to the schools too. So now, we can get back into five-star sports flag football. But before we get into week 2, I have the results from you and Dwayne's picks from week one.
All right.
So I put it all into a spreadsheet now so that we'll always have it because I always have my laptop with me.
Okay.
So we'll start off at field 1. I know those are the MVPs. Okay. So for week 1, the first game up was Raiders and Fly By Night. You both picked Raiders, and the results from that game was Raiders. So there was a tie there. Then on the next game, it was Outsiders and Raiders. Again, you both picked Raiders. You both won there. So, you're sitting at 2-2. The first discrepancy.
2-0.
2-0.
Mm-hmm.
The first game where you guys picked two different was Outsiders and Fly By Night. Angelo, you picked Fly By Night. Dwayne, you picked Outsiders. As we know, Fly By Night won that one. The next game was also opposites. Lo, you picked Patriots. Dwayne, you picked Outcast. Dwayne, you evened that one back out. So now y'all both are 3-1.
Yeah,
The next game, you both picked DOA. So that put you at 4-1. Then there was 4 for Outlaws over Outcast. That put you at 5-1. Then there was Predators versus DOA. Angelo, you went out there with DOA. Dwayne said he wanted to stay safe with Predators. Dwayne ended up winning that one. And then for the next game, it was 4 from Predators. You both picked 404. So you ended that first field as 1, 2, 3, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 5-2. So Angelo, you ended at 5-2. And Dwayne, you ended at
6-1. Right.
I don't know.
No, you missed 2 games too, right?
Angelo missed the Outsiders game and no,
he missed the Outsiders games.
Yeah. So Dwayne is at 1, 2. No, he missed Outsiders. He picked Outsiders over Fly By Night. 1, 2.
Dwayne did. Right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Dwayne is 7-1 off of the first game. Yeah, because on the 2 differences, you were wrong.
No.
Yeah, you picked DOA over Predators.
Right.
Predators won that.
Right. And what's the other one?
You picked Patriots over Outcast.
So I missed 2.
And
he missed 1.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The only game he missed was the Outsiders Fly By Night. All right. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. You're 6-2.
Yeah, I'm 6-2. He's 7-1. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Now, field 2, we had LOZ and Rare Form. You guys both picked Rare Form. You guys both were right. You had Rare Form against Georgia Elite. You both picked Georgia Elite. You both were right. Next game, it was United and LOZ. You both picked United. You both were right. The next game was Georgia Elite and United. You both picked Georgia Elite. You both were wrong. The next game was, and then everything was the same for the rest of the game, the rest of the day. So that puts you guys at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7-1. For the second field, so Dwayne, you came out on top after week 1 at 14-2, and Angelo was 13-3. So you currently hold the lead.
Currently, sir.
Currently hold the lead.
Okay.
So let's get into what happened in week 2. Who won which games? So we opened the day at Carver. That game. Okay, here we go. So we open with Big Swamp Bucks and Predators. Angelo, you took Big Swamp Bucks in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne, you took Big Swamp Bucks in this game.
Yeah, we got reminded about that as soon as we got to the field. I thought sure I took Predators too, but I know I took Swamp because I said
you
it.
both took Swamp Bucks. Now coming off of the week 1 performance at 0-2, but they had really strong performances. I expected them to go out there and put up a big fight, if not an upset.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you guys were both upset because the Predators won 20-0.
20-0.
20-0.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened in that one. It was not. I'm sorry, 20-6. 20-6. I apologize, Swamp Bucks. 20-6. But you know, I expected it to be from what I saw.
So let me ask this question: in week 1, did they have? I don't know the other guy's name. The other quarterback, was he there week 1?
Who?
The bigger dude.
No, DJ was the quarterback
the whole time. It used to be DJ, but he used to be the other guy.
Nah, DJ was the quarterback, and I mean he did great. He did a good job. You know, I just. Again, like I said, it was a couple of situations that just, like for instance, in the Joe World game where they had Joe World 12-0 going in well into the second half. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I think that they messed up on is the game strategy. They should have pulled a trick out of Amos's hat. You drain the clock. It's not about scoring at that point. It's about draining the clock so they don't get the ball back. They were running a more up-tempo offense, giving the ball back too quickly. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something that they gotta, learn that when you get a lead like that in the second half, and it's well into the second half, you want to just drain that clock as much as possible. Not snapping the ball until it's 1 second left. Anything you can. Don't going out of bounds after 2 minutes, any of that stuff. So, but
very true.
So yeah, so on the other side we had Patriots and LOZ.
On the desk. So the desk. It's got a little green thing on it. It's my truck. I'm in the truck.
You both took LOZ in this game.
No, the reason I asked that question about DJ and them because. The other guy, I liked him when they're 1-2 punch. Mm-hmm. But I noticed Sunday was pretty much a 1 punch and not the 1-2 punch. So I was wondering, was he there the first week? And that's why the game was more competitive. But yeah, but anyway, but go ahead.
Well, I apologize, though. Lo, you picked Patriots. Dwayne, you picked LOZ. It was an interesting game. At the start of the game, one team only had 4 players to show up. So we delayed the clock for about 5 minutes to allow 3 more players to show up. And so they started the game with
that must have been the Patriots.
7 players. They eventually ended with 9 players for that game. What makes you think it was the Patriots, Angelo?
Only because I heard last week they only had 8 people. And only having 8 people is never a good sign.
Well, that's right. So, unfortunately, Patriots did not win that first game. So,
Brady, that's it, man. I told you.
So, LOZ won that. So, Dwayne, you.
And that's the first time Dwayne ever picked LOZ, too. Ain't that some BS?
You know what? I'm not gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna stick with one team.
SOC and
So in the
Nationals.
second game on McNair,
Hey,
it
Charles.
was Shockwave and Swamp Bucks. You guys weren't feeling so confident about Swamp Bucks in this game. You picked Shockwave, and Shockwave did not disappoint. Shockwave won that game 13-0. So they did not score on y'all. And is that what you was from watching that? Is that when you took the, you didn't see what you normally saw with the 1-2 punch?
Yeah, I didn't see the 1-2 punch, man. It was just DJ, and it was really predictable.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It became fairly predictable offense, and which is disappointing. Well, there you go, man.
Did they run this spread?
4-5, huh?
Were they running the spread?
Yeah, they ran variations of it. They ran a couple different variations. We had the spread, the double quarterback, but again, it wasn't that one dude. I don't know his name, but I just know he was the main quarterback, and DJ was the second guy.
Okay.
Then they switched him out, which I thought was way more effective because the dude got an arm on him. But he can get the ball downfield. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to push that ball downfield a little bit.
Okay. So for the next game, we had Predators over Smoke. Angelo, you selected Predators. Dwayne, you selected Smoke.
That was a good game too.
Smoke selected themselves and won that game 14-8.
Dang, Dwayne went up another game.
Dwayne
Goodness gracious.
So the next game, it was Shockwave versus Outkast. You guys both selected Shockwave. You guys both were right. Shockwave won that game 19-0. The next game was Raiders versus Smoke. You guys both selected Smoke. Smoke won that game in a tight one, 16-13.
You got the Raider?
Against the Raiders. I know the Raiders were without their two captains in that game as well. So I'm interested to know if that would have made a difference had they been there. So Rodney and Jay they had a game for their youth, their coach youth, so they couldn't make that game, which, not making an excuse. I'm just curious as to if that would have made a difference. And will it make a difference if they see each other in the playoffs?
16-13.
16-13. So the next game we had Georgia Elite versus Outkast. Angelo, you picked Georgia Elite. Dwayne, you picked Outkast. And the final score for that game was 12-7, Georgia Elite. So you came back up one on that one, Angelo.
Okay.
The next game was Raiders versus United. Angelo, you picked Raiders. Dwayne, you went against the grain and picked United. Angelo, you lost that lead again.
Golly, for real?
United.
So they played Georgia Smoke 16-13. What's the score of this game?
Wait a minute. I'm mistaken. I read that wrong. Angelo, you won that. Dwayne, you lost.
Okay. I'm about to say
Raiders won
16-13.
that.
I'm like
12-10.
12-10.
Yes. Remember, this was the game of the week, and remember, they were undefeated prior to the season, prior to this week. So, after
That was 14. They were 2 of the 4.
they both were 2 of the 4.
That was a good game.
So that was a good game. And then the next game was Outsiders versus Georgia Elite. You both picked Georgia Elite. You both were right. And then the last game was United versus Outsiders. You both picked United, and you both were right. So that put, Angelo, you at 1 loss, 2 loss, That put you at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That put you at 7-2. And Dwayne, I want to say you had 1 loss, 2 losses. So that put you at 7-2 for that field. Now for Phil McNair. Carver. So the next game we had Patriots versus PNF.
Uh-oh. PNF making their debut.
PNF made their debut. Now, when you picked this game, we were on live and air.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
I whispered over your ear.
I remember.
And said, I don't know about that one, Angelo. I think you might have should have went the other way.
You said it. Avery said it.
But I couldn't say that online at the time.
But y'all wouldn't let me. You wouldn't let me change it though.
No, because I ain't want nobody saying I hedged the bet.
Once I found, that's when I found out I had 8 people. Remember? That's when I found out I said 8 people. Shoot, I would never put on I had 8 people.
Paid in full, won that game 12-0. You guys both picked Patriots.
Well, at least I wasn't by myself.
So, I guess he can't be mad at us, mad at y'all no more for not picking him.
Yeah, Brady.
The next game was Fly By Night and LOZ. You guys both picked LOZ. And you guys both went into overtime. And in overtime, Fly By Light flew.
What?
They won that game 8-7.
I picked LOZ.
You both picked LOZ.
What made me do that? I don't know pick LOZ either.
Because you said Fly By Night was a brand new team.
Oh, that's what I said.
Uh-huh.
We should have known that when he's talking about doggone Aaron Donald. He lost all. Yeah. That should have killed anything right there.
So the next game was
Dang.
PNF at DOA. You both picked DOA. The score on that game was 18-0. So you both were correct. DOA won that one. The next game was Joe World and Fly By Night. You both picked Joe World. Mm-hmm. And, of course, you both were wrong.
What? Stop playing.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
Oh.
You both were wrong again.
For real?
Fly By Night, 12. Joe World, 6.
Whoa.
And Quan said he wanted to make y'all believers because you guys didn't believe in him.
Whoa.
Yes, they were not pleased with your choice to go against them.
Whoa.
And they said to be on alert because they are looking for Shockwave.
Oh, now stop that. Stop.
Yes, you do play them.
Don't say that part.
I'm just the messenger.
Okay.
So now I gotta say,
Should have rolled with the W.
it was a good game. Mm-hmm. I think they were more experienced to holding the lead than what Swamp Bucks were. They did not.
So they jumped up on them too.
They didn't let them come back. They stopped them on their final drive to try to tie it. Whereas when Swamp Buck, they gave it up on their final drive. But Fly By Night said they're here to put you guys on notice, especially you, Dwayne. So you've been notified.
Wow. That's interesting.
The next game was DOA versus Rare Form. You guys both picked Rare Form in this game. This was a tight game. Two teams that appeared to be evenly matched, so there was no blowout here. But Rare Form won this one 8-0.
Oh wow.
It's again, that was a good contest. You know, DOA didn't get blowed out. I think, you know, a couple of mistakes kept them from
Who quarterback for DOA?
Tuck. So in the next game, the next game we had 404 Outlaws versus Joe World. Angelo, you picked 404. Dwayne, you picked Joe World. Nah, I'm just joking. Y'all both picked 404. Like, no, I didn't.
I picked my head up, y'all like, dang, for real?
Nah, y'all both picked 404. 404 won that one. Now, that was a good game.
Yeah,
that was really an intense game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it started out, you know, 4-4 went up, 2 touchdowns. And I think at that point they just went into what appeared to me to be cruise control, not overexerting themselves. But Joe World did get back in it and scored, and that gave them new life because they were like, it ain't over yet. And you know, it got kind of intense there for a moment, you know, when they were driving, but it didn't quite materialize, and so 4-4 won that one.
Yeah, the 4-4 they went right down the field early and scored.
Bomb touchdown.
Yeah, and but then they Joe World looked real. They were struggling on that first drive. Didn't look good at all, and then they kept going backwards. And then had the point from the end zone, and Migo just embarrassed him on that sideline. Migo waving at the dog dude chasing him about last 15 yards. He was like, man, stop. He's like they stop chasing me, man. You have a chance. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. But they ain't scored that. So it made it, you know, so that was
like I said, I think that they probably I don't know. I mean, Joe World defense did, and they came out in the second half with different energy. You know, and I was on their sideline, and they were very much saying it ain't over. You know, they weren't just going to lay down and just give it up. So, and they didn't. They after that talk, you know, they came right out and scored. And so, but you know, after that, neither team scored again. So, I'm looking forward to the rematch on this game too, if they meet up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the next game was 404 versus Rare Form. You both picked Rare Form.
Wait. Just to clarify, that was Joe World's second game.
Yes.
They lost both of them. I want to make sure I understood. I just heard. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, they did lose both games.
Wow.
But you know, I don't know. They're not really, and I mean, from what I'm seeing when I'm watching them, I would never suspect that they were 1-3 after watching them play. You know, I mean, because Leno's out there making some, you know, good plays and, you know, all of that. So it's just a surprising 1-3. Rare Form and
we found it on YouTube.
Rare Form and 4-4 took the last game of the day. Rare Form showed up.
Dang.
I mean, they did. It was 20-0 4-4. So,
Big 4-4.
Big 4-4. Now, you know, I go back to Fly By Night for a second.
Okay.
That little young quarterback they got, he's something serious.
Really?
He has an arm. He made one throw. I was the rush was on him. He had rolled out to the left and then came back and was scrambling. And the receiver probably was about 20 yards downfield. And I mean, he just launched a dart accurately in the boy's chest as he toe tapped and fell out of bounds on the side. I mean, it was right there in his chest, and and I was like, man. And I think only person that I've seen make a throw like that would have been Gio. From not saying that any other quarterback can't make throws, but we know everybody has their little niche. And you know, that was an impressive throw to me. That popped my eyes. the caliber throw he did. So
Wow.
I think, I guess that's why they feel confident that Shockwave is going to get the same treatment. So, especially Dwayne.
I don't know.
You guys play them. Do you? I think you do play them. Oh, so you already ducking?
Yeah.
Fly by night. Let me see. Fly by night. DOA and Georgia Elite. Fly by night. Y'all play them on the 31st. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Okay, good.
And just so you know, Tez just reminded me, and we stand on that. He just sent that text to let you know. We stand on that, Dwayne.
Respect, brother.
He called you out.
Respect.
We're going to see that game. So that game will be at McNair.
I'm trying to tell the young team, let
11 a.m.
Let sleeping dogs lie, man.
Oh, no worries, guys. I saw it. So, wait a minute, Tez. Dwayne said they're going to be practicing a new offense against y'all. So that's just how much they're not worried about y'all. And he said that, mark his words, you're going to beat you 20-0. So, and he said they're going to be standing on business on that one, Tez. So this is going to be interesting. They haven't struggled with lack of people. They have new uniforms.
They ready. They flying by night, man.
Now, just look at
I like it.
They can
it.
wear T-shirts because the entire team has the same T-shirt, and it has their number on it and their name. So that's allowed. What's not allowed is a Walmart T-shirt while everybody else got on uniforms. So
He said, "Tell Vegas we want to bet." Well, Ted talking for real.
I'm telling you.
Now, Ted, you. Tez.
What do you have to say, Angelo? Because he's saying he's going to beat you too.
Tez. Well, all I'm going to say, man.
Listen, I'm just here to report.
I like it, Tez. I like it, brother.
But I'll make sure that we have the good video over there to see that.
Yeah.
You know what? Pause for the call. Speaking of video, let me just make this just a PSA for the people that may not understand.
Right.
At the beginning of the season, I told everybody that the league fees were increased so that we could be sure that we had money for to give to the cameraman. Now, I just want people to understand the fees increased $20. Okay, so 20 times 17 is $340. So that is how much money that the fees increased to give the cameraman. Unfortunately, people, $340 doesn't buy you exclusive access to a cameraman at both fields all day long. It gets you, realistically speaking, that doesn't even cover 1 day's worth of his cost if he were charging outside. And if we go break it down, like I said in the chat, $20 is equivalent to 1/2 of a game up to the 2-minute warning. And that's about it. So I just want everybody to understand that, we're not paying him his worth. He's doing this out of the kindness of his heart. And he's taking the discount, the loss. And of course, I do give him something additional out of my pocket. But I want to try to make sure that he feels appreciated for the work that he does.
Right.
So with that being said, please don't go up demanding anything from him and questioning why he's not doing this or why he's not doing that, or asking me why he's at McNair and not Carver. He can't be in two places at once. Now on the opening week, he asked somebody to come out, and they recorded for a little while. I was like, yeah, this is for the birds. I'm not getting paid, and they left. Sydney records every now and again, but Sydney's like, I'm not getting paid for this. You get what you get, and that's all we can expect, because we do not have the funds to pay a videographer what they really cost. So
and it's way more than $20.
Yeah, I mean,
that.
like I said, even at Nationals, he charged us a discounted of $50 a team. Hey, photographers was charging more than that,
right?
For 20 minutes,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But he worked with us, and I still only charged the teams 30, and Five Star paid the other 20. So again, let's appreciate what we have versus demanding more than what we've paid for. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be funny and call nobody out, but I'm just saying that because a lot of people have said something to me, and no one's come at me sideways or negatively except for, that little comment about the money won't add up. And I'm like, you're right. It's not adding up to cover his costs. But seriously speaking, I just wanted to let everybody know that, the man is doing us a great service. Way more work than what he's getting paid for.
Way more.
So,
and then not to record it, then to upload it. I mean,
upload it and edit it.
I mean, come on,
add
man.
the little flag on the play and the highlight, the music.
Score. I mean,
he's doing a lot.
Yeah, that's real.
And if you want to take $20 and divide that amongst 10 games, you paying him $2 a game. $2 a game. Okay, so. Now, with that being said, you are more than welcome to compensate him on a weekly basis with a tip. You can throw him, whatever you feel is in your heart each week if you want to say thank you to make sure that, he can stay, as long as he can, because there are other opportunities that he's presented with that, may come in time of point that he can't turn them away because, we aren't able to, pay his worth. So, so just that was just a little caveat I wanted to put out there for everybody so they could understand just how that works.
Right.
But also what I did do, and shout out to Caroline, I reached out to Caroline and asked her to come out to Carver to shoot some photos of the players at Carver since we weren't going to have video, and she definitely came out and did that. I was able to give her a little bit again out of my pocket on the first week, but guess what? Somebody hit her and broke her $2,000 camera. No one offered to pay for it. No one, oh, my bad, let me throw you a little change. So again, when we asking for this stuff and we not putting out, let's be realistic. So again, if you guys, got a little bit of extra change, you can throw Caroline's way. I would appreciate that, because again, her camera was broke taking footage of our game, and nobody even, so much as to went to her page and said, my bad, or we sorry to hear that, But out of the kindness of her heart, she went home, got another camera, and came back out just to make sure. So
that's what's up.
These are some behind the scenes things that people just don't know about, and when they be wondering, these are the type of things that go on. So
yeah, gotta do a better job of showing appreciation to folks.
So yeah, but yeah, so let me let you guys know who our MVPs were through week 2. So at field 1, in game 1, the Predators won that one. Our offensive MVP was Juan Greer. Our defensive MVP was Matorius Touchstone. In game 2 with Shockwave, our offensive MVP was Champ Jones. Our defensive MVP was Robert Jefferson. In game 3, Georgia Smoke took that one. The offensive MVP was, and I'm probably butchering the name, and I apologize, but it's Jahaziel Lee. Do y'all know if that's the correct pronunciation?
I do not.
Yeah, I apologize in advance. The defensive MVP was Emmanuel Jernigan. In the Shockwave next game, the offensive MVP was Charles. What's his last? And
Olatunde.
yeah, him. And the defensive MVP was Champ Jones. In the Georgia,
That when he threw that post Charles Cart that second game.
that was the second game.
Yeah, that was a heck of a play, man, by both of them, boy.
In the next game with the Raiders, the Smoke in the Raiders game, the offensive MVP was Wallace Miles from Smoke, but the defensive MVP was Brandon Heinzman from Raiders. So that was the first this season.
Oh, they gave the defensive MVP to the losing team?
Well, if he showed out, he showed out.
Yeah,
that was the offense that didn't come through.
No, that's I mean, nothing wrong with
I'm
if
used to
somebody
that in
balled.
Dallas.
Bro. Yeah. That's funny.
In the next game, we had Georgia Elite winning that. Walt Sanders took home the offense and defensive MVP. Next game, Raiders, Cameron White, offensive MVP. Brandon Hyman won a second defensive MVP. Georgia Elite, next game, we had Jawan Jones with the offensive MVP. Walt Sanders with the defensive MVP. And
The game. Which game was it when walked through to somebody wide open in the end zone? He dropped it. That was the wasn't it this week? I saw who had the worst drop. They put you on blast too, Dwayne. You saw that?
what you do, Dwayne?
Drop the ball. But how you compare? I don't know how you compare out to a touchdown. Dude dropped a touchdown. I was like, that's not even a comparison. 8-yard pass compared to a touchdown.
And then the last game at McNair, United took that. Anthony Davis was our offensive MVP, and Sharon Lane was our defensive MVP on a questionable pick six to end the game.
Questionable pick six?
Well, yes. And, of course, hindsight is 2020, so it's looking at video after the game. It's 2020. On a play, Charles threw another pick six. I think that's like maybe his fifth or sixth for the season.
What?
But
What team was this?
Outsiders of United. He threw an interception in the end zone. And
He's taking over Gracias Pose.
And Rondo ran it all the way back 100 yards for a touchdown. Okay. But upon further review, his flag was pulled in the end zone, and the ref missed it. But looking at the video, I could see, unfortunately, how that was possible because it was a split second situation where the flag was pulled and he pitched it. At the same time, there was a player blocking the referee because the pass was thrown to the side and they was running over to it. So the ref, she backed away to, unfortunately, to avoid being hit. But there was also another player in between her and the flag puller.
So it looked like she didn't see it.
Yeah, because it happened very quickly. So, but of course, when we looked at the film, we could see it. But again, I tell people it's unfortunate, but we just can't incorporate reviewing film for plays because of the simple fact the play is not always going to have, the cameraman's not going to have the best angle. Yeah. If you catch a touchdown and you run into the end zone and somebody pull your flag, but you say it's stretched out, the camera from behind can't see exactly where the ball at when it touches the goal line. You can guesstimate, but you can't technically see it. You know what I'm saying? And so we're not gonna. That would be a waste.
Did they challenge it?
Huh?
Did they challenge it?
The play? No, they did not challenge the play. But again, that's not a challengeable. That's a judgment call. So that's not part of video evidence. Again, the video replay covers 4 areas: down and distance, time remaining on the clock, identifying illegal players in the protest, and identifying who was fighting if we need to eject you, suspend you, and kick you out the league.
Okay.
Those are the only 4 instances because those things are irrefutable. Gotcha. There's no argument about when you look at the video on that. A lot of plays are judgment plays, so we just, but, as I explained to a couple of the players that sent us the film, we don't mind you sending us the film because those are teachable moments for the referees. When they sent us the film, I talked with Ed, we talked with the referee. One of the things he made clear is that, in those situations, the refs have to do a better job at making themselves move so that they can try to see the play. So you can move to avoid injury, but you also move in an area where you can still see the play in case, especially on the last play of the game, it's a pivotal play. Right. So, it wasn't that she didn't see it because she wasn't paying attention to the game. It's just that particular situation happened.
Gotcha.
But continue to send us the plays so we can use them. But I also made a comment too. Send us the plays where you committed a penalty and they didn't call it, so we can use those as teachable moments too. Don't just send us the plays where the other team did something to you. Send us the play where you did, because we see them when we go back and watch them. Mm-hmm. So send us those plays in for clarity as well.
Mm-hmm. Imagine that.
So over on field 2, LOZ won the first game. We had Dominic Moore as the offensive MVP, David Caldwell as the defensive MVP. For the next game, it was PNF. We had Quan Marshall on offense, Rodney Johnson for defense. Fly by night in the third game, Bryson Boone, the quarterback, was the offensive MVP. Darian Stewart was the defensive MVP, who's going to shut Dwayne down in that game when y'all play. The next game was DOA. Donovan Tucker was the offensive MVP. Cornelius Neely was the defensive MVP. What you say, Dwayne? And so Darian Stewart's the lineman. He said he's going to truck you so he can get to Amos. The next game we have Fly By Night.
Just start laughing.
Bryson Boone was the offensive MVP. Nakeeman Mann was the defensive MVP. Rare Form took the next one. Chris Bivens was offense. Quez Cook was defense. In 4-4's first game, the offensive MVP was DeMarcus Sweat. The defensive MVP was DeAndre Brooks. And to close out the day, Dre Parnell, quarterback, offensive MVP. Trey Lewis, defensive MVP. So those are your MVPs. They're all posted in the 8-man group, so you can keep track of them, if you so choose. Which brings us to next week's games and picks.
Week 3.
What's give you the standings?
Yeah, I'm about to say, what's the standings for week 2?
Let me see.
Who's still undefeated?
Through week 2. I see them better on the phone, so I'm gonna pull it up on the phone. So we do know, I think it goes without saying, that first place at undefeated would be 404. At 4-0. Second place goes to Georgia Smoke at 404. And the
4-0, you mean?
At 4-0, you're right. In third place would be Shockwave at 3-1, but there is a tie. There's a 5-way tie, and so point differential is what breaks the tie. And just for clarification purposes, even if you beat a team, once there's more than 2 teams tied, then head-to-head is out the window. So if me, you, and Dwayne were all tied at 3-1, but you beat me, I could still be in first place because of point differential, because there's a third team in the mix. So I try to make sure people understand.
Points for or points against?
Point differential.
Just total point differential.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that means that's the points scored, subtract the points allowed, and then you get the differential.
Okay.
So in third place we have Shockwave. Fourth place we have Georgia Elite. Fifth place we have Georgia Raiders. Sixth we have Atlanta United. Seventh we have Fly By Night. Those teams are all tied at 3-1. In eighth place we have a 1-2-3-way tie between, in order, is Predators, then Predators, Rare Form, and then DOA.
That's 2-2.
They're all 2-2, followed by Paid in Full at 1-1. And then we have a tie of 1, 2, three teams at 1-3, which LOZ would lead the way in that. Then Joe World, then Outcast, and then we have 3 0-4 teams, and that would be and who leading the way would be Outsiders at 15, Patriots at 16, and dead last would be Swamp Bucks.
Wow.
Which is a shock.
Didn't see that coming.
That's an extreme shock. I didn't see that coming either. That's of anything. We wish I expect that to change this week though. Hold on one second. What's this?
They're not gonna go away though. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go away. They're gonna keep battling.
Okay, hold on. So Vegas is on the line, and they said they received a bet from Fly By Night, and they wanted to know, Dwayne, if you would be willing to entertain that challenge. We could negotiate the terms offline. Okay. Yes, he's accepted that offer. Okay. Yes. We'll okay. All right. Thank you. So Vegas, we're going to send me over an offer sheet for that game, Dwayne. Oh gosh. So let's see. Week 3. Let us get that schedule and see what we got on deck. So just so you know, this week the cameraman will be at Carver. I don't know if you guys noticed, we updated the flyer this week. We have new pictures on the schedule flyer. Those pictures are all courtesy of Caroline Petty, CP Photography. So shout out to her.
Shout out.
So when she sends us, these pictures each week, we'll use them in the schedule and update them so that so this week's schedule features Joe World, United, LOZ, 404, and Rare Form.
Cool.
So this week at McNair will have the short week, the short games. So the games at McNair will start at 10 a.m. And we'll start out with the Georgia Raiders versus 404 Outlaws. Let me go ahead and get these.
Had that big talk game from last season. That's that was the origination of the Krispy Kreme, wasn't it?
You know what? That did start.
Didn't that start the Krispy Kreme conversation? They said they had all the guys missing, all that good stuff. So this will be interesting.
So we will start with you, Dwayne, since you are in the lead.
Who is the team?
404 versus Raiders.
You sure? All right.
It's an early game.
10 a.m.
So
This is the first early game for 404.
I ain't worried about them. They don't like showing up until the game starts. I got 404.
Angelo?
Big 404.
Okay. All right. Second game, we have LOZ at 404. Low.
Mercy rule.
Okay. The next game we have Raiders at Patriots. You say Patriots, Dwayne?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I done turned my big boot card in for the season. Yeah, it's Raiders, man.
You both are going with the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next game we have LOZ hosting Smoke.
Smoke going 5-0.
You say LOZ?
No, I didn't. I said LOZ is gonna lose that game to Smoke. Smoke
Y'all
going
got
5-0.
LOZ going 0-2. Okay.
They got one win, right?
Yeah, the one you predicted, and that's gonna be a.
So the next game is a rivalry between the two owners. We have Patriots at Predators.
Yeah, Predators, you know.
Yeah, Brady, you ain't got no win. Brady over, man.
Yeah, so Brady better go for 6.
The next game we have Outcast at Smoke. Dwayne.
Smoke.
Angelo.
Outcast possibly pull off an upset.
They can. They got some good young players.
That Smoke first or second game?
That's Smoke second game.
I wanna pick an upset. Cause Smoke, they've been playing on the edge. But I really didn't see nothing from Outcast. Maybe I gotta go with Smoke. I want to do it, but we just played Outcast. They got to show me something different.
In the last game we got Predators at Outcast. Dwayne.
I'm going Ask Billy gonna be in time. He ain't been in time.
Angelo.
Man, I want to get Outcast an upset, man, but that's. There go my upset of the week. Outcast. God dog it. That was hard.
Now you know this is the short field. There are more games at the other field. Okay, and
I gotta do what Dwayne did last season. I gotta play catch up.
alrighty, and so we have on field 2 at McNair, where okay, Angelo, you get to go first on this field. So we'll open up the game with Joe World at DOA. Angelo.
Joe World on the rebound.
Joe World. Dwayne.
What's Joe World record?
1-3.
They both 1-3. Ain't
No, I think DOA. I thought they were 2-2.
they? In a 2-2 bracket.
Let me look. Yeah, DOA is number 11. They're 2-2.
Okay.
And DOA quarterback is
DOA has Tucker, Donovan Tucker, that just won the MVP, offensive MVP.
what time that game at?
That's a 9:00 game. First game of the day. All right. The next game.
Billy said he gonna be there. By the way.
I feel more confident.
The next game we have Joe World hosting Georgia Elite. Angelo.
Now that's gonna be a good game.
I'm gonna, can you go pick? Go ahead and pick. Pick first. I already know what I'm gonna do.
I'm actually gonna go with Georgia Elite.
The 3-1 Georgia Elite. Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna be my upset. Joe World back to back wins. They get back on track.
Okay. The next game we have Fly By Night hosting DOA. Angelo.
Fly by night. Fly by night versus DOA, huh?
Uh-huh.
I'm rocking Fly by night. They do all this yah tears. Let's see you back out. Let's see it. Cause you don't take out DOA, man. You come on.
I got another upset pick. DOA.
DOA, huh?
Okay. And the next game is our featured game of the week. We have Georgia Elite hosting Fly By Night. Angelo, what say ye?
I'm rocking Georgia Elite again. They're going 2-0 Sunday.
Okay. Dwayne? Okay. The next game, we have a team searching for their first win of the season at Rare Form. So we have Outsiders at Rare Form.
Oh, man. Rare form.
Wait a minute.
You told that man threw 6 picks. And six Gracia is supposed to say it's already. I can't even rock with that.
Now, when we look at... But now think about it. Okay, so Rare Form has given up a total of 40 points, right? Defense. Outsiders have given up a total of 42 points. But 5 of those were pick sixes. They weren't given up by the defense.
Hey, that's terrible too, by the way.
I'm just so I just wanted to put that out there. So with that being said, and that new information, Angelo, who are you picking?
Rare form is defense is better than they
I still got rare form.
Okay.
So if you said that the offense, defense generate points, I feel like Rare form has a generated point defense.
Okay. So you're gonna pick Rare Form?
So I'm picking Rare form.
Okay.
It ain't because I don't think the outside of the I think they good.
Okay.
Like I said, they don't look bad.
So the next game,
As soon as they get in that 20.
if your predictions are correct, we will have a battle of defeated teams. We have Swamp Bucks at Outsiders. Angelo, who will remain defeated?
I'm rocking with the Swamp Bucks. They gonna pull this one off.
Okay. Dwayne.
Yeah, Swamp Bucks get their first win of the season.
Okay.
One is defeated outside.
Now, you say Rare Form has a scoring defense, Dwayne, correct? And you believe their defense is better. So will that defense carry over and take them to a win in their next game versus Shockwave? Angelo.
Who? Rare form?
Wait a minute. The same one you just said was
Yeah.
good. Now, wait a minute.
No, I said they were gonna win that game. No, I think they are good.
I'm saying, so they're going to win this game?
No. No, they're not Shockwave good, but they're good. They're coming along. No, I think it's gonna be a good game actually. I haven't seen it, since you spoke up on Rare Form last year and said what they were gonna end up doing, and they did just that. And they came on strong. So I give them props for that. You know what I mean? But
Dwayne, are you choosing Rare Form in this game?
I look forward to seeing them though.
Is this your upset game of the week?
What time is that game?
That game is at 4 o'clock.
Oh man, that's wonderful.
All right. The next game we have will be United at Swamp Bucks. Angelo.
Man, United 3-1, right?
Yes.
Man, I like the Swamp Bucks, man. I just don't know what went on Sunday, but That's tough. Swamp Bucks, let's go.
Dwayne. Swamp Bucks. Okay, so by virtue of that pick, y'all both are saying United's going to go 0-2 this week because their next game is hosting Shockwave.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, United. Dang.
So you won't be there, Dwayne.
Well, yeah, because this swim meet, they got finals. They got final W's. You got to swim.
Okay. So this week there were 1, 2, 3. There were 3 differences in picks. So we'll see who prevails. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what I was looking. Oh no. Yeah, it was only 3 differences. The Georgia World Joe Elite, the DOA Fly By Night, and the Predators and Outcasts.
Just 3 differences?
That was only 3 games y'all picked different.
Yeah, I thought Dwayne gonna pick up a different ones, man. Dwayne playing safe, man.
Well, I picked 2. You picked 1 different, and then I picked 2 on the other field.
No, the other field, I picked the only one that was different. I picked the upset.
Dwayne, you went first on the first field.
Yeah, so on the first field, you picked 1 that was different.
He
On the
picked-
second field, I picked 2 that was different.
Yeah, he did.
And they 2 risky.
I thought you were gonna go opposite on United Swamp Bucks game. You weren't supposed to go the same way.
And let me say this, that's why I say United is my sleeper team, but Swamp Bucks need to win. You know, I feel like they're gonna play like a team that need 2 wins, man.
So you were 5 and 3.
And we play United, you said, right? Yeah, good. So then I
I know y'all play Fly By Night.
I bet a better judge United after this week. Then I can make a better assessment for the rest of the season. When we see him here, yeah, we ain't seen him. So.
So your total record is, Angela, you have 13 and 12. So you're 25 and 2, 4, 6, 8. And Dwayne, you are 7, 7, 7, so 28. 27 and 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
This week can be big.
So yeah, I mean, no slight against any of the teams. I think Carver definitely has the better matchups this week. I think they're going to be much more contested games over at Carver. Yeah, I think McNair just be pretty much status quo. I see a potential for one.
That would feel 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see a potential for one upset. That's it. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but I see a potential for one upset. At field 1. Field 2, I don't think there'll be, honestly, it's only 2 games that I would say would be an upset if a team won. The rest of the teams can go either way. Yeah. Okay. So there we got, there we got it.
Should be another fun weekend. I'm glad we got Rare Form United. That's good. Those two teams I've been wanting to play against, so we can see what they got. I'm interested, and we're gonna be missing some people.
Oh,
But we don't. But we're not making no excuses.
yeah, you know, because Dwayne not being there.
Yeah, we missing a couple big pieces too. I ain't gonna say they are, but we missed a couple big pieces.
Orlando, you have anything you want to say about that last game since you're watching with the popcorn? Is there anything that Shockwave needs to be made notice of? Where will Why Watch TV be? I guess you're just joining us, Sydney, but Why Watch TV will be at Carver.
Oh, we playing at Carver?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Why are we going over week 1 again? Anywho, nothing to see there. Okay. So that's it for the league. Orlando said, "Nah, he gonna let y'all slide this week." We did our draft tournament. We did our live draft last night, and so that tournament's gonna be next Saturday. That's 707 co-ed draft tournament. They've been some really fun games that come out. We get a lot of new people introduced to the league through those tournaments. So we have. Dwayne, can I send you my team?
Respect, Orlando.
Can you
Respect.
post it? Real quick, I just want to show something. So when we had the draft, can you put that up real quick so the people can see? So the captains were Justin, Searcy, Sydney, Dom, and who was the 5th captain? Kemp. And so they went through and they picked their teams and all of that. And so, whenever I do these draft tournaments, after the fact, we have a lot of people who forgot to sign up. You know how they go. And so I was like, hey, instead of burdening these people with the process of having to go back and do the draft again, I said, I'll just take all these leftover people and put them on a team and, we'll go from there. And for some reason, they had a problem with this team. And I just want y'all to, look at this roster, Dwayne, and I don't see the issue once you put it up. And does anybody see anything wrong with this roster of, you got a stacked roster and it's this, that, and the other? It's just an average roster to me.
Oh, you bought this is the roster that you added?
Yeah. And it's like,
You saying this ain't a stacked roster? You asking me?
Yeah. But put it up for the people to see it, Dwayne. It's just regular people.
Regular people.
You can't have them, bro. Nah, this must be funny.
Let me see it.
You trying to be funny. So where did you get these people from?
Angelo, that's
Well,
just
the free agents, huh?
That's a regular roster. There's nothing special about that roster. I didn't see it. I didn't know what they were talking about.
You even put the best girls on.
God, dog.
I mean, that's a regular roster.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, okay. That's a regular roster. I don't know what they tripping about.
You don't know what they're tripping about.
They went in on me, said I was accused me of cheating, said all of that. No, we want to redraft, all of that. But
But that team's really not funny.
That's a squad right there. I don't know what you talking about. Hey, we can't even fake that. We can't even fake that one.
But nah.
And they were just leftover guys.
Nah, this is not a real team. I just did that to get some little get the little people riled up. That's totally not a team right there.
Oh man.
Like, I sent it to a couple of the people on the team. They say, "Oh, we about to run through it."
I'm talking about. I'm like, what in the world?
But yeah, it's just a little. Yeah, I'm actually on. Sydney selected me. I'm on Zoo. But it's gonna be a fun game. You know, if you ain't got nothing going on, please come check it out. It's gonna be at McNair High School. The game will start at 10 o'clock. So
y'all gonna let Sydney play quarterback?
it's Sydney's team. So I don't know. I think the quarterback for the team is Reginald. But Sydney, you know, it's gonna be between him and Reggie. It's his team, so I'm just there. You know, I'm not running it.
So Jaden got to play on my team. I can't lose a pick. Atlanta Sports Organization.
We coming to get a dub. Wait a minute. Is that? I'm sorry, Orlando. Are you saying you coming to put up 20 on Shockwave? Let's go back to that comment. 20 on Shockwave.
Oh man.
Interesting.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be one of them Kurt picks right there, boy. Kurt probably pick up the lose that one 30 to zip.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to give the. Let me make sure I got it right, because I did it last week. I want to stick with it this season. But I want to make sure I got it right.
He said, "Man, you play to win the game." Orlando said he don't care what it's by, as long as they win.
Who said that?
I'm just interpreting his comment. He said, "Man, you play to win the game. He ain't worried about no score."
Mm-hmm. That's it. Well, it don't take but 1 point to win it. So
I like how Orlando's coming at it. Opposite of my man Tez.
I mean, Ted said that
Talking
you
reckless.
don't stand a chance, then hell. So it's like, hey, it is what it is. I mean, he telling Dwayne he got to back it up.
So much more efficient,
Why
man.
is
We're
this
trying to make it.
Oh, why did that come that late? Rolled all the way back to the beginning.
Hey, but we're gonna put a lot of these videos, these highlight reels, you know what I mean, all that stuff we're gonna get on the YouTube page.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you know the comments still showing up on Facebook?
Is it?
Yeah, I just saw this, guys. My bad if I didn't even know. I'm just looking at Facebook. All of these comments are on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Good. Say pull it up next week too. Okay. Come on down. We got plenty of mics. Yeah, man. It's gonna be good.
Who'd you tell come on down to?
Orlando say he pulling up next week.
So Gates, I didn't.
What Walt had to say?
Walt said switch, but Walt, that's how they came in. I go back and look and see if I wrote them wrong, but I just reply what. I'm not. I'll go back and look and make sure.
Hey man, I saw Gates got a list of people he want to fade with too for talking about him. Gates screenshot all y'all that talked about him when they put that video up on him.
Oh, Dominique, how many teams make the playoffs? So this season, we went with 14. So
50, I thought it was 15.
14.
That was uneven number.
No.
That was 14.
So what we're gonna do
How many teams
is,
in it again? 16, 17.
well, I mean 17 total teams.
17.
But
So 3 teams won't make the playoff.
yeah, and what we're gonna do is the top 7, and have the top seed be able to earn a bye game. So so it'll be, and it really just us for playoff purposes is 16 teams, and 14 will make the playoffs. So the top 7.
That's right, because it was 7 and 7. I knew it. I didn't even remember somewhere. It was 7 and A and 7 and how are you going to categorize?
Upper and lower.
Upper and lower. Okay.
Yeah,
that's right. I remember that now.
Mm-hmm. I'm just.
He said, "Tell Gates I got my gloves ready." That's too funny. Gates said he got a 1-on-1 with a whole list of folk, boy. Talking about him sliding at third base.
So that's all we got this week. Remember, again, for those who if you weren't on in the beginning, we're still doing our shoe drive. This will be the last week. If you have any shoes that you want to bring out, please bring them. If you're at McNair, you can give them to Ed. If you're at Carver, I'll have a tub where you can put them in right where you walk in the fence. And also, we are collecting plastic Easter eggs or candy for our Easter egg hunt for the kids for 5 Star Youth Alliance. So again, if you'd like to donate something to that, please bring it out on Sunday. Other than that, that's all we got.
So what's up, man? Go ahead.
Registration for Brawl for All will open on April the 1st.
Okay.
We'll have the site up and everybody can go in and start their registration for that tournament.
When deposits due?
Well, the deposit dates, we haven't.
Yes,
I got to get to that. I got to look at it yet, but yeah.
Right.
Of course, the initial deposit will be due when you register, but we'll have a deadline for when after that we'll just be taking full things. So.
Okay. I understand we got also next month you got Vegas tournament coming up. I know New Jack.
We got New Jack going.
YB's going. Joe World's going. Shockwave is going.
Shockwave is going. DOA is going.
DOA going?
DOA is going.
Good for y'all. Good. Yeah, no. Joe World's going to be,
has a couple of spots if anybody wants to go and don't have a team. They do have a few spots available.
Shotway got about 4 slots available for athletes. Got some athletes. Yeah, I talked to Smoke. They got I know what was it? I keep forgetting East. Used to be called. It was team I told you from DC. The one with the tall quarterback. And Cheat Code. Yeah, Cheat Code. I know they're confirmed. There was several West Coast teams, like 3 DC teams confirmed too. I don't know who they were though. But it should be a good tournament. Should be a good tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I know we were in talks with the other champ, Mr. Toppings, that used to own the spot down here in Atlanta. He has a spot in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah.
So we're gonna see if he can put something together for people that come in on Friday to support his establishment.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. All right, man. Week 3's coming up. Still got 2 undefeated teams left, man. Who gonna be the one to knock one of them off? There go the quest. Who can knock out one of the big dogs? Good matchups, man. Looking forward to seeing the results next week. James, Mr. 5-Star himself. Who going to DC though? Yeah, we're looking at that too. I know we're gonna look at DC. I know we're gonna go to Chicago. We're doing Brawl. And I think there's one more we're gonna put on the calendar. Yeah.
New Orleans.
Oh, that's right. You got New Orleans too. What month is that?
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. That'd be dope. Labor Day weekend. All right. Anything else, James?
Well, not flag football, but we just put out our softball league. Originally, we were going to do it, but then the school decided that we couldn't use the facilities because they have a celebration that they're preparing for, and they're going to shut down their fields in the middle of the season. So we had to regroup. But we have taken our talents out to Gates' old stomping grounds. So the new softball league, which will feature men, slow pitch, and co-ed, will be at Mays High School. So I know a couple of people that had reached out originally wanted to be able to play in the city versus going so far out. So we bringing you guys softball to the city. So when you guys are not playing flag, or if you know some other groups that you're part of that has a softball interest, please spread the word. The flyers up on our Facebook page. We have a free agent. You can sign up as a free agent for $75, or you can sign up your whole team for $625, and that includes your ref fees. So cool. Yeah.
Hey, listen, once again, man, Flag Football Podcast, we're going to be going live on YouTube every week. We're going to be posting the videos up. We're going to get some splices. Going to do a whole little different things we can do with YouTube that we can't do with Facebook. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the Atlanta ATL Flag Football Podcast YouTube channel. So then you always get the alerts of everything that's popping off on there. D. Wayne already did some nice editing on some things, man. So check out the channel. We got the video from the league startup that James put out. Gonna put a lot of stuff on there, man. So we can do way more with the YouTube than we can with Facebook. So going live on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube channel. And it's gonna be dope. All right. With that being said, man, ATL Flag Football Podcast. We'll catch y'all next Thursday with these results. You dig?
And we're out.